Well, I don't think either was huge. Luka was great. And Nick, I'll give you a shout out. This doesn't mean he's the MVP, but he was the best player on the floor last night. Luka was phenomenal from beginning to end. He did only have 4 points in the fourth quarter when Spencer Dinwiddie carried him, but still, Luka was great throughout that game and made the great play at the end. Durant's comments, I don't think they were a shot at Steve Nash. I'm assuming from that laugh that Nick just let out that's what he thinks they were. But I think he was just calling it like it was. The Nets were very shorthanded. Not only did they not have Kyrie, did they not have Ben Simmons, but LaMarcus Aldridge wasn't there, and Seth Curry wasn't there. So the Dallas Mavericks did what a smart team would do, which is double Kevin Durant and get the ball out of his hands as much as you can and make some of those other role players beat you. And that's what they did. And so I think there's a few reasons Durant felt, like he said he's never faced that. Well, number one, if you've noticed, since James Harden's been gone, Durant's been bringing the ball up court a lot more. And last night, obviously, Kyrie wasn't even there, so he brought it up. Dragic did at times, but Durant was kind of playing more point guard than you typically see, so that was easier to double him right then and there. And then, let's face it, most of Kevin Durant's career, he had another superstar with him, whether it was Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City, all the guys in Golden State, and then even in Brooklyn, it's either been Harden and or Kyrie. And so last night he was out there by himself, and that's what he had to deal with. So I don't think it was a shot at Nash, but I think he was just dealing with the new reality. And here's the thing, Nick. Seth Curry should be there for the playoffs, obviously. I guess Aldridge, although he's old, you never know. But this could be their team to a large degree that they go into the playoffs with when playing at home. And that's an issue for the Brooklyn Nets.
Of course. All right, so much of Katie's quote was just utterly delicious. I just loved all of it. You know who he could call if this happens to him again to get some pointers about, oh, my God, they're doubling me when I cross half court? Hit up your old buddy Steph Curry. It's been, Steph's been dealing with that reality for quite some time.
Fair.
Except for the years you two guys played together, of course. Like, that's the idea. Wilds, didn't this remind you a bit of Devin Booker? Hey, man, no doubling in Summer League.
All right, no doubling.
Katie, hey, guys.
No doubling during.
Desperate for a win. You know who should have been desperate for a win?
Right.
The Nets, who are barreling towards the exact same playoff seeding as the terrible Lakers, the 9 seed, where you have to win back-to-back play-in games just to make the tournament. It was a very odd quote from Katie, all of it. And I don't think it was an intentional shot at Steve Nash, but it is a shot at Steve Nash. If somebody asked me about the TV show and I'm like, well, listen, it was kind of odd circumstances. I couldn't see the whole time. Light was shining in my eyes. That's not a shot, I guess, at our lighting director, but it is. He's like, I've never seen anything like it. I wasn't prepared for it. Couldn't deal with it. They're doubling when I get half court. That's what the coach is there for. But unfortunately, Nash has one button to push. It's the play Kevin Durant 40 minutes a game button. And he pressed it again last night. And amazingly, it didn't work. It almost worked. It didn't work. But with all that said, the story was not Kevin Durant. Chris Broussard, open your eyes, open your heart, and most importantly, open your vote to the possibility that you did watch the league MVP last night. You did watch him not only drop 37, 9, and 9, but at the end of the game, despite what Rick Bucher and other old school basketball guys say, I want the best player taking the last shot. No. You want the best player to make the best play. And Luka had, if you weren't watching the game, 2 possessions previous, Luka, they don't double him, bang, lead for the Mavs. Next possession, down. KD gets the ball. Bang, lead for the Nets. Luka knows there's an MVP on the line. He could have forced a shot. Hey, trust the process, my friends. Trust your teammates. The results will come. I've heard that from someone once before. Oh, my goodness. Wilds, he is surging. APSA, the player of the month in February, is trying to win player of the month in March, and then player of the year called MVP. My large adult Slovenian son, Luka Dončić. No. Did you know they're now the 4 seed? Did you know they're on pace for 51 wins? Did you know they have more wins than Broussard's MVP, the Sixers? That they are only 1 win behind the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis? I'm stealing your from you, Wilds. That's it. So the story is Luka surging towards the MVP.
Okay.
Surging.
All right. Broussard, can you be honest with me here? Did this move, since you have an MVP vote, did this performance from Luka move your MVP pencil 1 iota to the left or right? Or do you think this game was actually about the Nets and the fact that Steve Nash has to deploy what I'm describing as Kevin Duct Tape Durant is going to be my new name for KD. Have any little problem? Throw some KD duct tape on it. Hey, used to have a lot of scores, but now have only one? Don't worry, KD duct tape will take care of it. Hey, are you worried about Ben Simmons, who all of a sudden is getting an epidural in his back, and all of a sudden we went from optimistic he's going to play to are you sure he's going to play? Don't worry, the KD duct tape will take care of it. So I still think that's where the story, but back to my original question. Do you think this moved your vote 1 iota to the left or right?
Well, Nick, it's significant that they are the 4 seed now. And Nick is right. And it's significant that they are on pace to get 51 wins. But he's still well behind Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and even Nikola Jokic. All right? And look, my preseason prediction was Luka would be MVP. Yeah. But Nicholas, I can't
Finally, you're going to get one right.
That when do you show up? When do you show up for camp out of shape and the beginning of the season out of shape? And that's not held against you. When you're voting for MVP, you look at everything, and that is significant. And that's not the only thing. Look, and I don't want to take from Luka. Luka was fantastic last night. And I'm an old school basketball guy. You know that. And I love the play he made at the end of the game. He made the right play. It was an obvious play. He was double teamed. He made the obvious play. So I've seen Jordan make that play. I've seen LeBron make that play. So it's a misnomer to think old school guys never did that.
Keep saying Luka's name. Keep saying Luka's name with some of the greatest players ever.
Terrifically.
No, listen, I like it.
But here's the other thing, Nick. And here's the other thing.
Yeah,
what he did last night, and Wilds alluded to it, it was Kevin Durant by himself out there. And Luka was better than Durant
by himself all year. How dare you? No. I will not let this stand. It was been Luka by himself all year. It's Luka. He had Spencer Dinwiddie for 10 games. He's got Jalen Brunson's their second leading scorer on the season. Luka's been doing it by himself all year. He's been doing, and by the way, in the point of fairness, the Mavs had the exact same record as the Jazz, but due to current tiebreakers, the Mavs are 5th. But there's a de facto tie for 4th. But hey, Wild, you know what I took away? Luka's now on Broussard's ballot. And once you're on the ballot, you can move up the ballot. I only heard him say 3 names ahead of Luka.
I'm one of the few that has him in the top 7.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.